On the surface, in a very simplistic way, we are in a better place in that it is unlikely that I will be dragged from my bed and hanged on State Street. So in that sense, things are better. But the very fact that I can say, in that sense, things are better, that tells us something.
I don't think it is completely gone. I just think it's cloaked differently. And in the 1800s and early 1900s, it was more blatant. It was more in your face. Now it's the same thing, like, we don't like you and we know why, but it's like, it's a little hidden. And that doesn't make the tension go away. I think it actually makes it worse.
Things have gotten so PC that we're not talking about it anymore. And I think recently 12 Years a Slave kind of brought it back up again for those that aren't talking about it.
Our society has suffered from not having this conversation. I think that political correctness as a social mandate kind of forced a lot of racial discussion, under the rug. And, it started out with the best of intentions, but the end result is us never having this conversation.
The national conversation right now is so interesting because we have just never wanted to deal with this. People just don't want to acknowledge because there's discomfort and not wanting to take ownership in our horrific American history. It's just ever since slavery ended, everybody just wanted to act like it had never happened, and that's extraordinarily problematic. And what we have is sort of a national mental illness. Everyone has this, and it's a holdover from the trauma of slavery. It wasn't that long ago.
Racial tension hasn't left, but there are ways that you can deal with it and still get to know people for who they are, and it's bigger than just what we're used to or what we grow up around.
If I was raised by this person who had this experience, and they were raised by the person that had this experience, and they were raised by the person that had this experience, where in there do we feel like someone should have completely changed the game? Now, it's happened. Some people have completely changed the game. Some people somewhere said, you know what, the buck stops here, and I'm not going to raise my children that way. There are plenty of cases of that, but there are also, I think, more cases of not that.
I think it's a really delicate question, and it's, as a white man, I can't necessarily speak to experiences that of subjugation that this play talks about, both race and gender. What is most important in what this play does, it presents an opportunity of communicating with your peers, with people you maybe don't necessarily know. And once we realize that it's still an issue, then we can start to identify how we're going to fix it.
That's the conversation that we need to have. It's how you were raised, and you would have to start having a brand new conversation. And the people that raised you did not know how to have that conversation, and that's not their fault. We just need to get rid of shame and get rid of blame. It is not helping us. It's not helping anyone. And we need to start a new conversation on how to move forward in this country. I'm an artist, so my tiny contribution to that is doing a show that gets people talking.